There is a reason some people move through life exhausted, confused, always reacting, while others bend reality without ever raising their voice. You were never taught this distinction. Not because it's immoral, not because it's illegal, because it's dangerous to the systems that profit from you staying unaware. Your intelligence has been measured your entire life. Grades, degrees, titles, praise. All of it was a decoy. Real intelligence is not about being smart. It's about leverage. It's about who adapts and who gets consumed. There exists a hidden hierarchy of minds. Not wealth, not class. Cognition. And this hierarchy decides who shapes outcomes and who spends their life reacting to them. By the end of this video, you will know exactly where you stand. And once you see it, you won't be able to unsee it. This is not motivational. This is not comforting, because real intelligence begins with humiliation. Look around you, the commuted rush hour. Hundreds of faces. Same expressions. Same posture. Same urgency. The office. Rouse of desks, screens glowing, fingers moving. Meetings about meetings. Deadlines that repeat every week. The endless scrolling, thumb moving, eyes empty, outrage, humor, fear, fed in perfect doses. Pause for a moment. What you are witnessing is not stupidity. It's not a lack of intelligence. It's not failure. It is something far more common. Sleep. Most people are not thinking. They are responding. Responding to alarms. Responding to authority. Responding to incentives they never designed. Their days feel busy, but their minds are quiet. Decisions are made for them long before they are aware a choice existed. They believe they are choosing, but they are following scripts, habits, beliefs, routines, written by parents, schools, employers, algorithms. Watch closely. Notice how predictable the reactions are. The same complaints, the same ambitions, the same fears, recycled generation after generation. This is not an insult. It is a diagnosis. When thinking is outsourced, life becomes automated, and automation feels like comfort until it feels like suffocation. This is level 1, not the level of fools, the level of the unattended mind, and almost everyone begins here. The background mind is not foolish. They are not unintelligent. They are often educated, skilled, respected sometimes, even admired. But cognitively, they are passive. Life does not move through them. It moves over them. They do not initiate. They respond. The alarm rings. They wake. Not because they chose to, but because something told them to. The boss speaks. They comply. Not because they agree, but because resistance feels dangerous. The headline flashes. They believe. Not because it's true, but because it arrived wearing authority. The trend appears. They follow. Not because it fits them, but because standing apart feels unsafe. Ask them why they believe what they believe. Watch the pause. Watch the discomfort. They don't reason. They retrieve. A phrase they heard on the news. A value passed down by parents. A slogan repeated enough times to feel familiar. Their beliefs feel solid until they are questioned. Then they crumble because their intelligence is reactive, not directive. They operate from an external locus of control. Life is something that happens to them. If they struggle, it's the economy. If they fail, it's their upbringing. If they're unhappy, it's their partner, their boss, their luck. Everything is responsible for their life except them, and beneath it all is fear. Freedom terrifies them. Choice feels like exposure. Autonomy feels like risk. They don't want possibility. They want permission. They want to be told what's right, what's wrong, and what comes next. Consensus is their oxygen. Before forming an opinion, they check the room. Before speaking, they measure the reaction. Before acting, they ask, what will people think? Their greatest fear is not being incorrect. It is being alone. Understand this clearly. These people are not evil, they are infrastructure. They are the background characters of history. They fill the space. They maintain the systems. They power structures they did not design. They wake. They work. They consume. They comply. And eventually, they are replaced. Not because anyone hates them, but because passive systems are always interchangeable. If you are fully here, truly listening, something in you is already resisting this description. That tightness in your chest. That irritation you can't quite name. That is not anxiety. That is not depression. That is awareness. Breaking through sedation. It is the anesthesia wearing off. And when a background mind begins to wake up, they don't immediately become free. They become restless. And that restlessness is the doorway to level 2. When people wake up, they don't suddenly gain clarity. They don't become wise. They become loud. This is level 2, the borrowed mind. It is the first tremor after the anesthesia wears off. They glimpse the game, the system, the rules. They see that intelligence is currency, status, respect, attention. All can be purchased with the right performance. But there's a problem. They don't yet have a mind of their own, so they rent one. They borrow opinions. They borrow phrases. They borrow certainty. Anything that signals I understand even if they do not. This is performative intelligence. They are the dinner party scholar who uses words they half understand. The online activist who rallies for causes they don't truly believe in. The person who skims summaries instead of diving into the full text. They quote depth without staring into the abyss. Intellect becomes a costume. Degrees, certifications, ideologies, collected like armor. Every symbol is a shield. Every phrase is a weapon to convince the world and themselves that they are awake. And here's the trap. The borrowed mind feels superior. They look down at the passengers, the sleepers, and scoff. I am awake. I see the game. I am not like them. But they are still dreaming. They are still asleep, just in a slightly louder, flashier dream. The borrowed mind is trapped in the Dunning-Kruger effect. They know just enough to feel powerful, but not enough to see how exposed they truly are. Test them. Challenge them. Ask them to build something from nothing. Ask them to solve a problem no one has solved before. They collapse. They can repeat. They can. They cannot create. Every measure of their self-worth hangs on validation. Praise, applause, recognition. Acknowledgement. It is the oxygen they breathe. This makes them rigid, defensive, aggressive. They attack anyone who questions their borrowed truths. They argue to win rather than understand. They are sophisticated parrots, colorful, noisy, but hollow. And yet, this stage is seductive. It feels like progress. It feels like awakening. They believe they have moved beyond the sleepers, but they are still confined, trapped inside borrowed ideas, borrowed courage, borrowed identity. The danger for the viewer, for you watching this, is seeing some part of yourself in the borrowed mind. That part that wants to be admired, that part that wants approval, that part that repeats before it reasons. Because awareness at this level is dangerous. You can be loud, you can be convincing. You can fool everyone, including yourself, and yet you are still chained. Still performing, still reacting, still borrowing. Level 2 is seductive because it feels like freedom. It feels like intelligence. But it is the illusion of agency. And here is the truth. The borrowed mind is loud. The borrowed mind is visible. The borrowed mind is addicted to applause. They are aware enough to be dangerous to themselves, but not enough to be free. If you are arguing to win, rather than seeking understanding, if you are collecting quotes, certificates, and credentials to signal knowledge, if you feel superior to the sleepers while echoing borrowed ideas, you are here. This is the stage where most ambitious minds stall, where ego grows, but insight does not. Where noise is mistaken for wisdom. The borrowed mind is a warning. It is a mirror of potential wasted. Caution. Awakening alone is not enough. You must own your mind, not borrow one. And the journey beyond this is where the real danger and real power begins. Here, the tone changes. The noise drops. The performance ends. The applause becomes irrelevant. When you stop trying to look intelligent and start observing reality as it actually functions, you enter level 3. This is the predator in training. This mind is no longer hungry for approval. Praise feels optional. Criticism feels distant. Only outcomes matter. Rules are no longer sacred. They are variables, not commandments. Conditions, not moral absolutes. Probabilities. The predator begins to study incentives. What does this person want? What are they afraid of losing? What do they protect at all costs? They stop listening to words and start watching behavior. Because behavior never lies. They see leverage where others see chaos. They notice timing where others see luck. They understand that power rarely announces itself. Morality becomes situational, not because they are evil, but because they are pragmatic. Strategy replaces sentiment. Efficiency replaces expression. This is the first level of real agency. For the first time, life does not merely happen to them. They position themselves. They rise, not by effort alone, but by placement. They know when to speak, and when silence multiplies power. They know when to act, and when disappearing creates gravity. They know when to let others take the fall, and when visibility is a liability. From the outside, Te Lu calm, measured, unbothered. But inside, something else is forming. A cold clarity, and this is where the trap begins. Paranoia. When you see manipulation everywhere, you assume everyone is manipulating you. Every smile becomes suspect. Every favor feels conditional. Every relationship turns transactional. Trust evaporates. Not because people are untrustworthy, but because you've reduced them to variables. You become effective, but hollow. Many successful people die at this level. They accumulate money, they acquire status, they gain influence, and yet no peace. They're constantly calculating, constantly defending, constantly anticipating threats that may never come. They win arguments, they win negotiations, they win rooms, but they lose something quieter. Stillness, connection, rest. They are winning the game, but still enslaved by it. Level 3 teaches you how the world actually works, but if you stay here too long, you become what the system rewards: efficient, sharp, and eternally empty. This is the danger of the predator in training. You gain power before wisdom, control before meaning, and without something deeper to anchor you, power turns inward. Because the final truth of level 3 is this: understanding the game is not the same as transcending it. And the moment you realize that, you feel the pull toward something rarer. Not dominance, not strategy, but mastery without fear. That pull is the threshold of level 4. To rise beyond calculation, something breaks. Not outside, inside. Up to this point, intelligence was defensive, strategic, reactive. At level 4, courage enters the equation, and courage changes everything. This is where thinking stops being clever and starts being consequential. This is level 4, the visible force. Here, intelligence becomes generative. You no longer spend your energy navigating systems designed by others. You impose order on chaos. Where others hesitate, you decide. Where others wait for permission, you move. Where others discuss risk, you absorb Italiano. Responsibility no longer feels like a burden, it becomes gravity. People sense it. They don't follow because you persuaded them. They follow because uncertainty collapses around you. You bring structure, clarity, direction, weight. In a disordered environment, structure is irresistible. This is why leaders emerge during crises. Not because they are kinder, but because they can stand still while others panic. At this level, you stop outsourcing blame. If something fails, it is yours. If something succeeds, it is also yours. There is no shield of excuses here. Only exposure. And exposure creates power. But it also creates danger, because visibility has a price. The visible force stands at the front. Your name is known. Your decisions are tracked. Your mistakes are magnified. Your power depends on presence, on energy, on momentum. If you slow down, the structure weakens. If you disappear, confusion returns. You become a single point of failure. This is the hidden irony of level 4. You believe you are the king, but you are the highest paid servant. A servant to your own ambition. A servant to expectations you created. A servant to the system that now leans on you. You cannot rest without consequence. You cannot withdraw without collapse. You are powerful, but graspable, attackable, replaceable. And slowly, quietly, the realization creeps in. This power is loud. It requires constant maintenance, constant assertion, constant presence. It works, but it consumes. The visible force shapes the world directly, but is chained to visibility, and the most dangerous forces in existence are never seen. They do not command from the front. They do not absorb attention. They do not announce their authority. They move beneath perception. They let others be visible. Let others take credit. Let others carry the weight. This is the fracture point, where strength alone is no longer enough, where courage must be paired with subtlety, where control must become influence. If you stay here too long, you burn out. If you climb higher, you vanish and become untouchable. Level 4 is where leaders are forged, but it is not where masters remain, because true power does not demand to be seen. It arranges reality so that resistance never forms, and that realization pulls you toward level 5. Beyond courage, beyond presence, something quieter begins to move. Level 4 was the line in the open field, visible, undeniable, but still bound. Level 5 is different. This is the invisible hand. Here, you learn the first truth, most never grasped. Direct control is inefficient. Push someone, they push back. Command someone, they resist. Act openly, and every move is contested. The invisible hand does not push. It does not shout. It whispers. It guides. It makes people want to move the way you intend. They choose the path, but you engineered the terrain. This is soft power, subtle, insidious, unstoppable. You study desire. You study fear. You read motives like open books, and then you align them with outcomes you already decided. The invisible hand operates through intermediaries, passengers, borrowed minds, predators in training. Visible forces all become extensions of its will. They carry out the work while the hand remains unseen. Every move is a ripple. Every decision is a lever. The world turns because you nudged it in ways no one could trace. But mastery comes at a price. Dissociation. You wear masks so perfectly, you forget your own face. Every interaction becomes a psychological operation. Every connection is transactional. Even love, even friendship. You can predict them. You can direct them. You can extract outcomes with surgical precision. And yet, you cannot belong. Because to be this powerful, you must remain apart. Detached. Observant. Invisible. This is loneliness wrapped in omnipotence. The invisible hand sees everything, touches nothing. It moves pieces without being seen. It orchestrates without performing. Many stop here, satisfied. They think this is ultimate mastery. But it is only the first taste of true freedom. Because all influence, all manipulation, still binds you to the game. Even the invisible hand plays within the rules of the system. It bends, it steers, it controls. It is still a player in someone else's reality. The next step requires abandoning the need to play at all, to become not the hand, but the space in which the game unfolds. This is level 6. Here, you do not manipulate people, you shape systems. You create the environment in which reality behaves exactly as you intend, without anyone realizing it. The invisible hand is power. The system born is inevitability, and only a few will ever reach beyond. When the invisible hand still plays within rules, the system born steps outside them. Level 6 is not about manipulating people. It is about designing the ecosystem. You do not ask people to walk a path. You build the only path that exists. You shape the rules, the environment, the incentives. Where the fox steals a grape, the lion fights for the vineyard. The system born owns the vineyard, the orchard, and the agricultural laws. This is systemic intelligence. You think decades, not days. Centuries, not quarters. Second, third, fourth order consequences are visibly to you before the first ripple occurs. You are detached from individual battles because you define the war. You create frameworks, ideologies, economies, corporations, digital platforms, cultural norms. Everything flows through your structures. People argue. People fight. People chase the fox, rail against the lion, try to manipulate each other, and yet the outcome you engineered was inevitable from the start. You do not need to intervene. You only observe, and because the world bends to the systems you design, you are unstoppable. But the system born is not free. You still care about the structure you built. You still fear a collapse. You are attached. Even a creator cannot fully detach, and attachment is vulnerability. This is the razor's edge of power. To climb higher, you must abandon personal glory. You must abandon control over individuals. You must fall in love with structure itself. You must see the world not as people, but as laws in motion. Most never reach here. Perhaps 1 in 10 million. Those who do are remembered not for battles fought, but for the systems that made battles necessary. But even the system born is not the final stage. Because to truly be free, to truly command without limitation, you must stop playing, stop building, stop needing. You must become the context itself. This is where subtraction begins. Not addition, not accumulation. Level 7 is the void. You cease to be a player. You cease to be a designer. You become the space in which reality unfolds. The void is the ultimate Machiavellian mastery. Complete detachment. Absolute sovereignty. Ownership of nothing, yet influence over everything. You cannot be threatened because you are not attached. You cannot be bribed because desire has no foothold. You cannot be manipulated because there is no ego to stroke. The void observes. It sees the architects, the catalysts, the predator syntraini, the lions, the foxes, and smiles quietly. This is not nihilism. Nihilism is despair. The void is transcendence. Every action is precise, yet effortless. Every move is intentional, yet unseen. Every outcome flows naturally from the space you occupy. You can descend to level 4 to lead an army. You can become a tactician at level 3 for negotiation. And then you return to stillness. You operate through others without ever being inside their gaze. You are fluid. You are water. You are steam. You are the rain. The universe itself becomes a mirror of your internal calm. The void is not admired. It is not visible. It cannot be pinned down. It does not need validation. It does not compete. It does not act for effect. And paradoxically, this is the ultimate power. The man who needs nothing commands everything. Now the mirror is in front of you. Where do you rank? Be honest. Are you a passenger, drifting, reacting, waiting for permission to live? Are you an echo, performing intellect for validation? Are you predatory in training, efficient, strategic, but hollow? Are you a visible force, carrying responsibility and danger on your shoulders? Are you a catalyst, whispering behind the curtain, detached yet potent? Are you a system born, shaping realities, building inevitabilities, still tied to attachment? Or are you approaching the void, untouchable, sovereign, fluid, beyond fear, beyond desire? Most of you oscillate between level 2 and 3, aware of the game, but still seeking applause, trapped in calculation, comfortable in the herd. Awareness is the first step of ascent, but climbing requires something more. The world is engineered to keep you small. Education produces passengers. Corporate culture breeds echoes and tacticians. It does not want system-born thinkers. It fears the void. To ascend, you must go against your own programming. You must quiet the part that wants approval. You must confront the part that worships safety. You must see that real intelligence is about effectiveness, not niceness, not correctness, not consensus. How do you climb? Not by collecting more data, not by memorizing opinions. You ascend by removing illusions, from passenger to echo. Recognize the value of knowledge, from echo to predator entry ending. Shift from approval to outcomes, from predator in training to visible force. Embrace responsibility and courage, from visible force to catalyst. Master subtlety, soft influence, from catalyst to system-born. Learn systems, patience, long-term thinking. From system-born to void, release everything, including need, attachment, and ego. The path is long. The mountain is cold. The herd prefers warmth. But the view from the top, looking down at the scurrying, shouting, scrambling reveals the truth. The only empire worth building is the one within. The ultimate power is sovereignty over your own consciousness. Now, the mirror is in front of you. Where do you stand? Don't lie to yourself. Don't scroll away. Awareness is the first step. Action is the next. Subscribe if you're ready to see the truth others can't handle. Hit like if the anesthesia is wearing off. And comment below. Tell me honestly, which level are you at? Because the climb begins the moment you admit where you stand. Step into the game, or keep drifting in the fog. The choice is yours.